Scott, if you're still sticking around in the world of Starfield, you might be looking for the biggest update to be, well, delayed, unfortunately. Tom Ivan over at VGC. Bethesda has confirmed a delay to what it's billing as Starfield's biggest update yet, featuring over 100 fixes and improvements. The update was originally due to be released on Steam beta today before rolling out to all players 2 weeks later. Quote, "We discovered an issue we want to address before releasing our update into the Steam beta," end quote. Bethesda said, quote, "We're aiming to release it later this week, but we'll confirm timing when we know for sure. Thanks for your patience," end quote. When the update does arrive, Bethesda has said it will include a large number of quest fixes. Quote, "Either storm issues such as being unable to dock with the legacy or data transfer not starting and temples not showing up into the unknown will no longer prevent Constellation from exploring the cosmos," end quote, according to the studio. The update also promises to bring stability improvements and numerous graphic improvements ranging from additional widescreen support to improved textures, lighting, and shadows, end quote. Additional fixes will include sun disk geometry, planet ring shadows, bulldozed objects reappearing when returning to an outpost, ship hatches marked inaccessible, and another fix for asteroids following ships.
Oh, that's a strange one. Magnetic asteroids.
Homing missile.
Well, anytime Bethesda is messing with any sort of graphical updates and stuff, we all know how Bethesda games look. So I imagine that might have been the source of their update issues here.
Dude, I was in photo mode quite often in the world of Starfield. I think Starfield is one of the most beautiful looking games that they've ever done. And just
I definitely agree there.
There were some opportunities. I'm like, yo, I'm taking the photo mode here shot. Like, let's get into this thing. And here's the thing with me. I put in over 80 hours and have not been able to return to the game. I tried and I was out. I was just like, man, I'm done. I'm on to something else, but I want to get back to finish it. Not only is this DLC or this update coming, but there's DLC coming too, which is the thing I really want to get into and see where they go from there. What else are we going to get into, right? I've heard there's a ton of improvements done to Starfield, which has me excited. Again, but it's one of those, man, we already have a lot on the go, but at the same, maybe I could just chip away at it, right? Because I never did. Dude, I did a bunch of side quests. I did some faction stuff. Like, I really enjoyed the time that I had there. I thought it was a great time. Definitely a couple issues, some Bethesda issues, right? Like, just the way the dialogue is presented is just so old school. It's just the Bethesda way. And that part was a huge disconnect for me playing the game. Moving forward.
That's because you're not a long time Bethesda fan of the Elder Scrolls or something similar. So that does make a lot of sense. I similarly have kind of stayed on the outside for Starfield, but I was looking for some of these changes in this particular update. I was hoping for some sort of land skimming vehicles, some sort of maps, things that would speed up my time as I jump in, because, you know, like you keep saying, and like we always keep saying, there's just so much to play. So if you want to keep up in the industry, it's requires a lot of time. Starfield also does.
Yeah, exactly, right? But Bethesda needs to move on. They need to get into the more modernized storytelling, I think, in a sense, and get away from the, oh, you're about to talk to somebody, poof, here's a headshot, and now you start talking to them, right? And like that conversation is just so outdated.
Well, that is the Bethesda way. It's environmental storytelling instead of exposition. So these characters are really not there to do much except for queue you up to discover some horrible corpses in awful positions or something later on in the game. No. And that will give you the real story.
There's some cool opportunities and things to do. I do want to see. Now I'm more curious, I think, what they do next. Like, Starfield's here. We're going to get DLC. Okay, cool. What comes after this? Do we get into Fallout again?
I think it's Elder Scrolls after this, and then Fallout.
So does Elder Scrolls then stick with the same formula? Because this has been a lot of the feedback of this. Here's the headshot thing, right? Get away from that, man. Update the whole situation. I know you're Bethesda. That's great. People are tired of it, though. At the end of the day, a lot of complaints are coming out that the way they tell the story is just not caught up to today's standards and told in a different manner. Tell it some way else. Somehow we can feel more immersed than just, all right, there's some dialogue. Check, 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 check. We'll just talk through this. Head bubble. Check, check, check. You know what I mean?
Make it a little less like a menu, because there's too many menus in those games.
Oh, man, it goes deep. It definitely goes deep. The thing I'm waiting for the most is the encumbrance. Like, man, let me just carry a bunch of stuff and don't weigh me down so much. But
I think we just have to hit the gym more.
That's no, I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna happen. That's gonna be us. But yeah, the update is not that far away, and then it'll get pushed everywhere else. The other thing that's coming too, Scott, is mods. I think that has me excited to see what opportunities that bring in, because maybe that's when we get those traversal vehicles that you're looking for.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna get some really wacky things, I bet, out of some mods. If anything, Bethesda keeps it